Good afternoon. I'm John Buckley. I'm Vice President Business Development for SuperJet International for North America. And this afternoon I'm going to talk about our product and how we're doing. The SuperJet 100 is the first of a family of aircraft. SuperJet contemplates eventually manufacturing a 120-seat machine and a 75-seat aircraft. The SuperJet 195 is a 98 passenger seat aircraft, 98 seats at 32-inch pitch. It's a new generation aircraft. It's powered by engines manufactured by SuperJet, which is a consortium of SNECMA of France and NPO Saturn of Russia. The core of the engine is a significantly updated version of the CM56-7. Specific fuel consumption is quite good. I think the engine that we compare ourselves to is the CF34-10, which powers the Embraer 190. Specific fuel on the SuperJet is a little bit better. We get our primary advantage compared to our competitors in terms of fuel burn through aerodynamics. The engine was really harmonized with its nacelle to the airframe and the wing to minimize drag. So when the studies were done, we had choices of a lower specific fuel consumption through a higher bypass, but this really led to much higher drag because a high bypass ratio engine has got a much larger fan. So the SuperJet occupies a sweet spot. It has a bypass ratio of 5, and the aircraft itself is really quite fuel efficient. We anticipate about a 8 to 9% improvement in fuel burn over a direct competitor, which is the Embraer 190, which is a very nice airplane that has also right around 98 or 100 seats. SuperJet has 4 aircraft in flight test. We have roughly 1,500 hours of flight test today. The SuperJet engine should be certified in very early July, and we're looking at a certification of the aircraft by the Russian authorities in very early fall or the end of summer. EASA, the European Certification Authority, is also working on certification, and we're looking at a EASA certification within a year, in less than a year. First deliveries of the aircraft will be to Aeroflot of Russia. We have an order of 15 aircraft with Aeroflot, and then orders with European carriers, and of course ongoing marketing efforts, which hopefully will lead to some good news during the Farnborough Air Show. Do you have any other questions or anything I can answer? It's a little difficult to monologue.
There was some interest from Finnair and in Scandinavia for the SuperJet. Is that still on the cards?
I don't know. I mean, it's the first I've heard of the interest. I mean, I think every carrier is going to have an interest in a 100-seater. I think we're really the smallest of the new generation aircraft that are immediately available. Embraer is talking about updating its E-jets, but they're really, just the way things are, quite a long way away from being able to produce an updated airplane. The same thing for Bombardier. They're Their smallest aircraft, the C-100, is a 115 passenger airplane. They claim great efficiency, but it hasn't flown. It doesn't exist yet. We'll have to see how that goes. So right now we are in this size range, maybe the only game in town. So naturally, people are going to be interested. I think there have been, because of the economic circumstances of the past 2 years, carriers that were going to make early commitments desisted just because it's extremely difficult to, or it was extremely difficult to finance an airplane. And it's really only today that the availability of money is becoming less restrictive, and airlines can once again at least think of acquiring additional capacity.
Would the Russian the Russian economy or the Russian banks perhaps step in as leasing sources for the SuperJet?
I don't think leasing an airplane is a very specialized business. So we do have a Russian leasing company as one of our customers. I think this company may be involved in the Aeroflot purchase. We're working with some Western leasing companies. The aircraft, because it has roughly 1/3 French content and 1/3 Italian content, benefits from COFAS and such a export credit availability with a behind-the-scenes backup from Russia. So we do have export credit financing available on the aircraft for airlines that are qualified. So financing isn't an insuperable problem on the airplane, and also our list price is quite competitive. It's about a $30 million list price, which is comparatively inexpensive when compared to some other aircraft. So really, I think we enjoy a sweet spot in the market right now with really quite an upside.
Thank you.